decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be, Clark. Whoever that man is going to change the world.
当爆米花电影院的观众最幸福了，今天我们就要独家带你进入超人钢铁英雄的世界。睽违大荧幕7年，超人终于以钢铁英雄之姿回到地球。首先要解决的当然是他这次要穿什么。
Cape has to be there. If you look at the suit without the cape, you realize it's not Superman. But you know what? I think the underwear outside the pants is something that maybe can go.
The reason why his underwear is on the outside of his pants, it's a leftover from Victorian era strongmen. I probably looked at hundreds of versions with underwear. It fell by the boards because I couldn't make it consistent with the world that we were creating.
Can you wear anything underneath it?
No, it's not that easy. It takes about 15 minutes to go on and off, and you can't really wear anything underneath it now.
What are you smiling about, Captain?
I just think he's kind of hot.
这真的完全讲出女生的心声啊！
It took my breath away. It took a moment to get used to, and then I collapsed into a bunch of giggles because it's like I couldn't look him in the eyes because when I was a young girl, I had a huge crush on Superman, and it just sort of like I reverted into that young girl who had a huge crush on Superman.
Do you try to feel his muscles and?
Not immediately, but after that, at every chance I could get, it became kind of a joke.
Oh, that isn't. No, I would not do that. No, would you do?
I'd love to.
You would love to. Okay.
If I have a chance.
Yeah, maybe we just walk over and ask him, you know?
Did I try and touch or feel Henry's muscles? Not a lot. I won't say I did that a lot. It's like a habit where you gotta kind of try and break it as best you can. No, I did not. I did not. Although I was, heavily involved in the sort of making sure that he was had the right trainers and everything to look as big as he could be.
不知道导演是不是为了让观众更有眼福，一开场就先来个亨利裸上身的8块鸡大餐。
Female fans for him.
Oh, fans?
Yeah.
No, because it's funny. I mean, there were when we were I guess in the city, but all those scenes where he has no shirt on and everything, we shot them in the middle of nowhere where no one was. The only thing they could see him were some grizzly bears and I think there was a seal, but that was it.
真是太可惜了。
8-pack. No, I'm not, because to maintain that kind of work and to maintain the Superman shape is not efficient as a storyteller. It's one thing to do and in a movie and as a character, but it's a lot of hard work in normal life. And I don't want to look like Superman for the rest of my life. I want to look like whichever character I'll be playing next.
不过同胞们赶快擦擦口水，因为这次的超人不只是性感而已。在监制克里斯多夫·诺兰的剧本中，观众和主角一起经历了成为超人的过程，从一开始到处流浪，被人泼一头啤酒也来真的。
It was many takes, and beer is not a pleasant thing to have poured over your head many times. Let me tell you that.
几场感情大爆发的戏，更不得不说亨利的演技真的让人动容。
I mean, not necessarily easy to get into that frame of mind, and it's always a painful place to be.
When it happens so suddenly, it's not a build-up necessarily in the scene. It's just you hit the 0 to 60 emotionally very quickly. That was an actor has to draw on whatever they have to draw on in their imagination to go there, and Henry blew me away. I don't know what's happened to him in his life, but for him to be able to do that was very impressive and moving.
Because I was working with such talented actors, it made it a lot easier. And so I wasn't necessarily in the depth of despair and really drawing from personal situation. I was just experiencing what the character was experiencing.
It's interesting also to do it around a bunch of strangers who are day players, local hire in that day, standing around you in a crowd, kind of watching you like they're not in the movie, they're watching one being filmed. It's a different feeling. You almost feel like you're doing a play in the street.
It never is, as much as you want to create something that feels authentic, but it's so technical, and I'm kind of not weightless, and he has to make me look weightless, and I have to be set down, and he's very strong.
Are you a romantic guy yourself?
Am I a romantic guy myself? Yes, I would say so. Yeah.
What's the most romantic thing you ever done?
Oh, goodness me. I wouldn't name any one thing above the other for fear of diminishing the others.
Are you ready to deal with all the fans and paparazzi?
I don't think there's any way of being ready. If the movie's a big hit, which we all hope it is, then there's no preparation one can really do. I think I've just got to, ride the wave and enjoy it as much as possible and roll with the punches if they come.
You can save them. You can save all of them.
这次的配角都是大咖，金奖影帝罗素·克洛演超人生父，最大的挑战竟然是这场戏。
You are no stranger to that, right?
No, I'm a father of two, so I love babies, so it was fun actually. There was 4 different babies that we used through that sequence because that set was quite hot, so we couldn't keep the babies in there for too long at a time. And in my own experience as a father, I've managed to dodge every bit of friendly fire. My wife got hit a few times, but I got very lucky. But on that set, I got peed on, pooed on, farted on. It was a good experience, I suppose.
So do you have any trick to calm the baby down? Maybe sing or anything?
I have a little bit of an advantage. Babies seem to respond to my voice.
这回首度在漫画电影中现身，角色还被制作成玩具，让他终于可以在儿子面前炫耀一番了。
Oh, I haven't got it yet, but we're looking for it. Well, we've actually, you can't buy it outright at the moment. You have to order $75 worth of Lego and then you get it on top. So just in case we don't get it any other way, we would do that the other day.
其实他和主角亨利早在12年前就见过面，当时罗素已经贵为奥斯卡影帝，而亨利只是个连签名都没要的小影迷。
Funnily enough, he's very similar. It was quite easy to recognize that kid that I met when he was 16. 12 years later, once we started talking about it, because there was something about him when I met him as a 16-year-old that was, quite serious, quite determined. He definitely sort of had the energy level that you need for the job. So when I talked to him about it when I met him when he was a 16-year-old, gave him some advice and stuff. I mean, you're never going to expect that somebody turns up 12 years later in your life with such an important role and so much responsibility. But yeah, it's a true story. It's sort of it's quite gratifying.
Come on.
这次担任让超人翻身重责大任的导演是曾经以300壮士、沙克同盟创新视觉风格的查克·史奈德。重点是男生在他的电影里都被拍得超帅、超有型。
Maybe because I'm, I draw a lot and I have like a certain way of seeing, so I think that helps me find kind of the right thing to make everyone look as good as I can.
This film is different from your previous one, more realistic. And was it a challenge for you?
Yeah, I think it was. I really wanted to make Superman more real, and so I think that sort of affected the overall style of the movie. And yeah, it's hard to do in a weird way, but it's a lot less design. Like my normal movies is really a lot of design and a lot of the camera work has to be super painstakingly carefully done. And in this, because the camera's handheld, it's a little bit different of a feeling, but equally difficult.
Us being exhausted or whatever the case may be, he was always there, he was always full of energy, and that always made it okay. And he always brought our energy up.
She's like, come on guys, it's gonna be awesome, and he has such enthusiasm.
After finishing this film, then how do you relax yourself?
How do I relax?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the way I relax is by working on another movie, which is our 300 sequel that we're doing. I wrote and produced that, so I just go and to the editing room and work with those guys to look at this new film.
I'd like to go for a flight. I'd like him to take me around the city.
I think I'd just thank him for all his hard work. Make sure nothing happens to my house.
Well, I think I'd ask him to fly me around a little bit.
Let's go for a ride.
Maybe it'll be a ride.
Yeah.
Let's
go for a ride. Try not to run into shit the way you did in the movie.
Exactly. Avoid those buildings.
He's running into a lot of stuff.
You scare me, girl. No, maybe I would just touch his muscles, yeah. I mean, you put that into my mind. What would you do?
Take him home with me.
You would take him home with me? Okay.
Hello everyone in Taiwan. please come and see the movie Man of Steel. I hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Hello to the audience of MTV Thailand. My name is Taiwan. Cut.
哎，怎么连罗素克洛也被传染？上回有这种状况的是亨利的女友。
Oh, shoot, wrong country. Damn, man.
Excuse me.
好啦，就再给你一次机会喽。
Hello to the audience of MTV Taiwan. My name is Russell Crowe. I play Jor-El in the new movie Man of Steel. You should go and see it. You're really gonna like it.